Good evening, friends. Study with the Pala Engineering and Journal Geology Parvin Singh book. तो हम लोग सेडिमेंट्री रॉक के विषय में पढ़ रहे हैं और उसके इम्पोर्टेंट रॉक्स हैं. लाइमस्टोन हो चुका है, डोलोमाइट आज पढ़ेंगे और ये चैप्टर 13 है. ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं. डोलोमाइट डेफिनेशंस. इट इज अ carbonate rocks of a sedimentary origin and is made up chiefly more than 50 just do it more than 50% of the minerals dolomites, which is a doubles carbonate of calcium and magnesium with a formula of calcium magnesium carbonate, and ferrous iron is present in small proportion in some varieties. Gypsum also make appearance in some dolomites, but the chief associated carbonate is that of calcium in the forms of calcite texture. Dolomites so textures mostly is similar to limestones, to which it is very often genetically is related. In other varieties, dolomites may be coarsely crystalline, fine crystallines, and showing interlocking crystals. In the coarsely crystalline varieties, the minerals dolomite has a typical rhombohedral habits. Formation. Dolomites are formed in most cases from limestones by a simple process of replacement of calcium ions and by magnesium ions through the action of magnesium ions rich water. This ionic replacement process is often termed dolomitization. The replacement may have started shortly after the deposition of limestone or quite subsequent to their compactions. Direct precipitation of dolomites from magnesium rich water is also possible. Such a directly precipitate deposits of magnesium carbonate and occur in associations with gypsum anhydrites and calcite. It is believed that in such cases it is the calcite which is precipitated first, depleting the seawater of calcium carbonate and enriching it with magnesium carbonate. The calcium magnesium carbonate ch13 whole twice precipitate at least at a later stage. Dolomitization by replacement method, however, is believed to be the most common methods of formation of dolomites. Occurrence. Dolomitization by replacement methods, however, is believed to be the most common methods of formation of dolomites. Occurrence. Dolomite is a widespread sedimentary rocks and is formed commonly associated with the limestones. It forms intervening layers between limestones formation spread over wide areas. Also, it may occur at the extent boundaries of many limestone deposits. These indicates locations where magnesium-rich groundwaters could have an easy access for the replacement process to take place in an original limestone rock. Dolomite is so closely related to limestone in composition, texture, structure, and physical properties that it may not always be easily possible to differentiate between the two rocks in a hand specimen. Following characters may prove helpful and comparisons between dolomite and limestones. So properties and dolomite: calcium magnesium carbonate, limestone calcium carbonate. Colors. Dolomite's appearance is generally rusty because of limonatic stain and formed due to weathering. And the और इसकी चलो अच्छा डोलोमाइट की पढ़ते हैं. स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी 2.87. It is relatively heavier. Effervescence. The rocks gives only a feeble effervescence with the HCl, hydrogen chloride, and fields it in many cases give a rough and sandy feel. And limestone limestone calcium carbonate. Colors. Appearance is generally original and specific gravity 2.75. It is relatively lighter. Effervescence. The rocks give a various and bricks effervescence with the HCl, and fields generally smooth and clay feel. So it is obvious that the above distinguishing characteristics can in no case be considered reliable. The The conclusive test shall also be a chemical analysis of the rocks that should prove the predominance of calcium magnesium carbonate over calcium carbonate to declare it a dolomite. Coals. Coal's definition, these may broadly be defined as the metamorphosed sedimentary rocks of carbonaceous character in which the raw materials has mostly been supplied by plants of various groups. The origin's raw materials passes through many biomechanical and biochemical processes before it becomes a coal in technical terms. Formation. In most cases, coals represent carbonized boards. The process of coal formations involves a series of stages similar to formations of sedimentary rocks, such as wastage of forest and transport of the wood's materials through the different natural agency to place of depositions. Transport of the wood materials through different natural agencies to place of deposition, accumulations of the materials in huge formation, its burial under clays and other matters, and its compaction and consolidations under superimposed load, biochemical transformation of the organic matter so accumulated starts and is completed under the influence of aerobic anaerobic bacteria available at the place of deposition. The degree of carbonifications depends to a great extent on the times and types of environment in which the above processes have operated on the source materials, giving rise to different varieties of coals. So this types. Coals are generally classified on the basis of their carbon content terms as a fixed carbon. The fixed carbon also determines to a great extent their calorific value, and following are main varieties of coal peats. It is the lowest grade coals that consist of only slightly altered vegetables matters. It may not be even considered as a coal. It has very low calorific values, a high percentage of moisture, and is rich in volatile matters. Lignite, it is also known as a bronze coal, and forms the poorest grades of coals with the calorific values ranging between 6300 to 8300 British thermal unit. इसको BTHU कहते हैं, British thermal unit. It is a compact and massive in structure, so with an upper specific gravity of 1.5 and hardness of 2.5 and Mohs scales of hardness, and some varieties of lignite may still show to a good extent the trace of original vegetable structure. Bituminous coals, and these forms a broad groups of common coals having essential properties varying within wide limits. The fixed carbon range between 69 to 78% and the calorific value between 9,500 British thermal unit to 14,000 British thermal unit BTHUs. Their common character is that they contain enough volatile matters which make them quite soft on heating, tongue so sleep, and they start agglomerating. Some of bituminous coals may contains volatile matters to such a high extent as 30% of their bulk. Some such coals are typically banded in structure. Anthracite, it is considered the highest grade coals with the fixed carbon ranging between 92 to 98%. It has the highest calorific value in coal and burns almost without any smoke, as the volatile matter is negligible. Occurrence coals of different varieties are found to occur almost in all countries of the world, though in varying proportions. Coals forms all-purpose fuel, some varieties being more suitable for specific industrial uses. More details about coals are given in the chapter on economic minerals deposits Iron ores of sedimentary origin. Most of the iron ores of the world are of a sedimentary origin. These iron ores forms beds or layers of variable thickness. The आयरन ओर को हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे. तो अभी के लिए थैंक यू.